Nick Hajazi, the founder of the Mendez Cartel. We've hit the 10-week mark in the cut. We're officially 10 weeks into the cut. 10 weeks of cutting finished. And I weigh 203 pounds. I've taken my physique off in a few of my training videos, so I've given somewhat of a physique update. I haven't shown my legs yet, but I will. I'm getting leaner by the day. I'm getting more shredded by the day. The goal really is to finish this cut in 10 weeks. I believe in 10 weeks, I will be shredded. By the time I'm in June, I will be shredded. Mid-June, I'm going to be very, very ripped. I'm going to be pretty much diced to the bone in 10 weeks. The hardest part of the cut for me is the beginning, because that's when you're doing a lot of work the first 10 weeks, but you're not seeing much back from it. You're taking off, the outer layer of fat. The last 10 weeks of cutting, which are going to begin now, is when you take off that final layer of fat and those abs really come through. The conditioning, you can see your muscles pop more. Everything, the striations, everything comes through in more detail, a lot better. So this next 10 weeks, my physique is going to go from mid to absolutely diced. But the cut's gone well, guys. The first 10 weeks have been seamless, have been easy. I haven't felt that much hunger. I've rarely been hungry. I've set up my diet in a way as to where I don't feel that hungry. You should be able to lose a lot of weight and still eat a lot of food. If your metabolism is in the right place, you should be able to diet off a lot of food and still lose a lot of weight. The reason most people cheat on their diet when they're cutting is because they cut in too much of an aggressive way. They enter a very, very aggressive caloric deficit. I'm eating 2850 calories. I'm eating 2,850 calories, close to 3,000 calories a day. And I'm losing like 2.5 pounds, 1.2 kilo a week, which is a lot of weight. Losing 1.2 kilo a week is a lot of weight. So I'm losing a lot of weight while eating a lot of food, which means as the cut gets deeper and deeper, I've got a lot of calories to play with. I haven't even done cardio yet. I haven't even thrown in cardio. 10 weeks into the cut, I haven't done any cardio. I only bring cardio in the last 4 weeks as a final tool to rip fat off, to cut fat off, as an extra tool to really help me in the last stage of a cut. A lot of people, when they start cutting, they start with like an hour of cardio a day. They start with 30 minutes of cardio a day. If you start with cardio and you start on low calories, you're not leaving yourself much room to fall further down the line in the cut. You've got to think of cutting as kind of like making a shed, right? You've got all these tools, you've got a certain amount of nails, you've got a certain amount of wood, and if you use too much of your wood up, if you use too much of the nail, if you use too much of the nails in one part of the shed, on the door, if you use all the nails in the door, then you're not going to have enough nails, enough wood for the other part of the shed. You've got to be very, I'm giving a weird analogy here that doesn't really make sense, but you've got to make sure you start a cut with all these tools, all this equipment. If you use all of it at the beginning, you run out of resources later down the line in the cut when you'll really need them. So when you're cutting, slowly ease your way into a deficit. Don't start with cardio. Bring cardio in later down the line when you really need it and you're stagnating and you've reached a point of plateau, when you've plateaued and you can't fall any further. That's when you should bring in the extra tools, the cardio, drop the calories a little bit more, take some carbs out. Don't start with that. Otherwise, you're going to have nowhere to further fall, if you know what I mean. So, guys, I've managed my cut very well, and I've done about 6-7 cuts in my life. I think this is my 6th cut. Not quite sure how many cuts I've done. This might be my 5th or 6th or even 7th. I'll have to check. But I've done many cuts, and through consistent cutting over many years, I've learned the best ways to cut, the easiest ways to cut, where you minimize hunger and you maximize efficiency and muscle mass and strength and try and stay as strong as possible. And you really make sure that you burn a higher proportion of fat than muscle. If I drop my calories down to like 2,000, I'd be burning loads of muscle. I'd lose more weight, I'd lose weight quicker, but with that weight would come a higher proportion of muscle than fat. So guys, my message to today is, if you're someone that's trying to lose fat, if you're someone that's cutting and you're just about to start a cut, don't use up all of your tools at the beginning. Slowly use them throughout the duration of the cut. Be patient. Don't drop your calories too low too early. Don't start cut with cardio on day one. Be intelligent with how you cut, guys, please. That's the message for today. Be intelligent. Really understand how to cut properly. Guys, I've just started up a community, an online community where I'm going to teach people how to get in the best shape possible, where you can ask me any question, where we can go on live video calls, where you can access some of my programs. I've already got a bro split program up there already. It's a community called the Mendez Cartel. Click the link in my bio, join today. I've only got 3 members in there, guys. Help me out. Let me get 4 or 5. I really want to help people. It's $5 a month, £3. The price of a chocolate bar and a can of Coke. It costs absolutely nothing. So join my community, guys. That's the video for today. Nick Kajazi, the founder of the Mendez Cartel. Subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll put that in the description. You can join my community. Link in bio, by the way, on YouTube. And as always, long live King Charles III. My voice keeps cracking up. And let me do that outro one more time. My voice keeps cracking up. I've got to give King Charles honour. I can't crack my voice up when I'm saying King Charles' name. And as always, long live King Charles III, and God bless Sir Winston Churchill.